Hey guys, so I know I kind of showed you a little bit of the trim I was working on the last few days. I did a little peek of it this morning in my stories, and I thought I would go ahead and show you what I'm doing. This one, I've got one that is done with all 3 coats. And 2 of them, one is like 1 coat because I had to do a touch up. We did a couple different variations before the client knew exactly what she wanted. So I had to paint it white where we had done some other things and start over. So I'll show you the variation so you can see step by step. So I only have 1 coat right now on this, and I'm just gonna go ahead and turn the camera down so you can see. All right, so right here is only got 1 coat, and it's very light, and you can see a lot of white through it still. And I'm just going to take a chip brush with just a little bit of gel stain on it, and I'm going to start wiping across. Now I put a little bit up above out of the screen so you can't see it, but I'm pulling it down, and you just keep feathering it back and forth to get the color that you want. And I'll dab it sometimes just to get it to lay down a little bit more product, and then you pull it across. And then here on these top parts where you can still see some of the white, I will brush over top of it to give it the detail that we want, and cover up any of the white speckles that I can see that are left from the first, because I want it all to be coated. And I wish I could show you a different way, but I really don't have a better way to show you. So anyway, I'm just going to keep continuing to brush over this to finish covering out where the white was from that first initial coat. So this is my 2nd coat, and I will end up doing a 3rd coat. And so let me move this one over, and I'll show you the other one. Okay, here's this one, and this one has 2 coats on it. And you can see some places where I missed or where it got wiped over, because what happens is when you're using an oil stain gel, I'm sorry, I said that backwards. When you're using an oil-based gel stain, if you go over it too soon, it will wipe off. So you can see right here, it's lighter than here. That's because I got a little too ambitious and tried to fix it before it was dry. So I'm just going to brush back over it. I'm going to get a little bit more stain here. And I literally take the stain and dab it onto the lid so that I only have just a little tiny bit. And see, that's a lot. That's too much, right? So I just blot it back. But this I will drag over the entire board practically to get that to feather out now. And like, it's still white right there. I can see some white marks. So I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna add it in. And since it takes so long to dry, because it is an oil-based gel stain, I have time and workability with it. So now that it's thinned out, I can go back over the rest of the board and just run my brush back over it again. And look at that, it just makes that pop out, all of that beautiful decorative carvings. And this is how I get that to look as though I stained the wood rather than having a prime piece of board that was already painted white whenever she brought it to me. But we did it because she wanted to match a trim that is like this one. So we did a pretty good job of matching it. I think we picked the right color, and it just takes a little bit of patience, like I said. But just take that time and feather, and I'll see with that 3rd coat over that now has a beautiful finish to it. And I'll just wipe back any place where I got like a really broad brush stroke mark or something and refine it. And that's how that works. It's a great way to be able to take something that was otherwise only paintable and make it beautiful stained wood look with not a whole lot of work. So that's how that works. And if you have questions, leave them in the comments and I'll answer them, or stop by and I will go over this with you and show you exactly what you need and how to do it. I hope that helps. I hope that gives you an idea that you don't have to have everything painted. If you decide there's something that you're wanting to do that is has already been painted and you really want to have a beautiful warm wood grain look, especially with it when it has details like that, it's so much easier to be able to do. So you can paint it white if it's not already white, and just start with your base that way. And if you want a darker stain, you can do a more medium neutral tone and go from there. And it just depends on what gel stain you want to use. So I hope that helps, and I'll see y'all soon. Thanks.